Welcome back to Dark Corner's Horror Smackdown quarterfinals. This round we're looking at one individual killer scene from each of the remaining contenders. Some famous, some not so famous. But as ever, we want you to vote for the best or your favourite film overall. Match 58. The Wicker Man versus The Phantom of the Opera.
Some things in their natural state have the most vivid colours.
In the director's cut of The Wicker Man, we are introduced to Edward Woodward's Sergeant Howie going about his day-to-day life. We are given an insight into how important the church is to him, a key part of what leads to his ultimate fate. And while Howie is vocal about his beliefs throughout the theatrical cut,
you never learn anything of Christianity.
It is the quiet moments of reflection that not only reveal the depth of his faith, but also the repression that faith has on him. Nowhere is that more evident than the scene where Britt Ekland's Willow tempts and torments him through the walls of the inn.
Cheer up. Food isn't everything in life, you know.
Having just witnessed an orgy outside, the repressed Howie heads to his room to pray, but is disturbed by Willow entering the room next door.
Sergeant.
The whisper of his title lets him know that she knows he's in there. Then the song begins. What starts off as a siren song grows more erotic as Willow moves around the room, banging walls and slapping her own naked flesh. Howie has never experienced such eroticism, and he is torn. Is it an invitation? He continues to listen, a voyeur at the wall, hating himself for the thoughts running through his head, his base desires versus his devotion to God. The scene ends with him crumbling on the bed, a broken man. This is an excellent example of show, not tell. While in every other scene we see Howie as a commanding presence, even when he's out of his depth, here we see his personal struggle and weakness. The irony of the scene, of course, being that by remaining true to his faith, he has condemned himself to death in The Wicker Man. In the same way that there's a good argument to be made that The Phantom of the Opera is a below-average film with an astonishing central performance, there is also a good argument to be made that that performance is only allowed full reign in one scene. The unmasking scene is not just a great scene, it is one of a handful of iconic moments in cinema. But it has also been analysed to death. And while there is nothing else in the film that comes close to equaling it, the Phantom does at least go out with a bang. When Eric sees Christine with her true love, Raoul, there is a hint that he may relent and allow her to be with her love. Other versions have chosen this path, but Chaney's Phantom has no such weakness in his makeup. Even with the mob descending, he drags Christine off with him, while her supposed saviour lies gasping for breath, inferior to Eric in every way but his looks. With his world caving in around him, driven insane by rage and thwarted love, the Phantom careens through Paris in a stolen carriage. He loses Christine. And perhaps we can infer he also loses his will to live. Certainly he will not escape the mob. And yet he has one last moment of defiance, topped by one last moment of brilliant insanity. Even in his demise, Chaney's Phantom is not sanitised or watered down. He is bludgeoned to death with a visceral brutality before his corpse is dumped in the water. And the film ends instantly. No tragic romantic coda or lingering shot of the reunited lovers. Chaney's Phantom dies as he lives, uncompromising in every way. Which scenes make these films for you? Tell us your favourites and why. And of course, let us know which film you want to send into the semi-finals.